If you want to talk about super turned up out of space, the all time would be Kool Keith.
Oh yeah, but I don't know that he was intoxicated.
No, but I think Keith might have been doing. I mean, he talked about PCP.
Oh no, Keith's certainly done his fair share of intoxicants. I just don't remember him being on the show and actually being under the influence.
Not that we know.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, not that we know.
But I mean, the funny thing is, people thought that we were under the influence regularly. Like this was a part of our show, was alcohol and drugs. And
I don't drink or smoke. Period.
And that was just not the case ever. We were completely sober.
Yeah.
It's funny. There are some really seminal moments in our show where one of us wasn't there. If you put my tastes in a circle and Bob's, they certainly overlapped a lot in the early 90s, but at the center of that overlap is probably Ultramagnetic. And Ultra is actually one of the first groups that I reached out to in our new show, which was only weeks old, and I called Next Plateau, the label, up. And I think it was just a good time because in 1990, Next Plateau was not interested in doing anything for Ultra, but they were still representing the group and still was in touch with them. And for me, it was like it was a Hail Mary. I didn't think I was actually gonna reap anything, but I called the label up. Next thing you know, I think
TR called you.
TR called me, and the next week, Bob was out of town. It was just me, and Ultra shows up.
Ultra was my favorite.
Ultra shows up, and I was bugging. I mean, the thing about doing the show we did, right? We were not apprentices at any radio station. We weren't being groomed at commercial radio. We were two hip-hop fanatics that weren't the typical, we weren't from that mold of, hip-hop on-air personalities, right? I mean, in case you couldn't tell. We were on the radio in New York City, which was incredibly influential, but at the same time, we were consummate fans. I mean, the reason why we wanted to do this show was based out of us being such fans and wanting to share our love with as many people as possible. To have Ultra come in to the studio, for me, was just nuts. I mean, the way celebrity culture is now, I think young people might find it hard to believe that guys that were not international superstars could be revered as intensely as Ultra was for us. So when Ultra walked in, I was bugging, and they killed it. And the next week, or the next day, when I got to tell Bob, I know he was tight. Yeah,
It was tight.
Tight.
I used the first Swiss beat. For anybody that don't know, I was the first one to ever use a Swiss beat on the first Lox album, All for the Love. That's the first Swiss beat ever known to the world.
The guy that drew that is the guy that was gonna be my MC. And it's at KRS-One, I think. So KRS' first affiliation with Boogie Down Productions that I can see is that.
Many memorable moments working with Heavy D, many. Like, I mean, we go back before making records. It's crazy, I think about him every day. I dream about him. He actually took me under his wing. Made people realize that I was talented. He bragged about me to people.
No, I think this was like maybe 10 years later. I don't know the exact span of time. His kid comes back with an embossed plate of food with Flavor's Bite out of it to get signed. The plate hangs on a rope.